All right, let's continue on with our next example, part B. We have 5y, and we have 7y, and we have negative 20y. But you know, we've got some subtraction in here. So let's first of all change this all to an addition problem. So there we go, we have addition now. And now I'm going to literally use commutative and associative properties. I have 5y's, and then plus I have a 7y, and then plus I have a negative 20y, and that's all the y's, so I'm going to close those in, and then plus a negative 14. That's different. And now I'm going to simplify these by combining my like terms. So I have 7 plus 5 of these, which is 12 of those, and then 12 of those plus a negative 20. That's the difference of those, 20 minus 12, which is 8, and it's a negative. And what are those things? They're y's. And then plus a negative 14, we can change that back to subtraction. That says subtract 14, plus the opposite of 14, right, is subtract 14. So there we are, negative 8y minus 14. Now I want to show you a little trick here, and let me do it in a different color. I can also do this associative commutative property by underlining. So I'm going to combine this one and this one and this one together. And then this one is different, so I'll separate it out. And those, just underlining things, shows me how I'm going to be combining those together. So I'll do that in the next example. So in my next example here, the first thing I have to do is I have to get this term simplified out. So I'm going to start with changing everything to addition. So this is plus a negative 6x there. And then I'm going to distribute here and here. Negative times a positive is a negative 6x. And then plus a negative times a positive is a negative 15. And then plus a negative 6x. And now, from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine like terms. So I'm just going to underline the ones that are alike. So there's a like term, and there's a like term, and that one's different. So now I can say, okay, I have negative 6 and negative 6x's. Negative 6 and negative 6 gives me negative 12, and those are x's. And then plus the negative 15, which remember could be written as minus 15, because plus and negative is the same as subtraction. And there we go, there's our answer. All right, the next one here, let's first of all change everything to addition. So remember, there can always be a 1 written, right? So that's going to help us out with that 1. And so this is plus the opposite, so that's a negative 1. And this one's plus an opposite and plus an opposite. And so there we go. All right, now once we have that, we can see that we have to do a distributive property here and here. So now we're going to simplify this down to 9y squared minus 6xy squared. Negative times a negative is a positive, 5y squared, and then plus negative 8xy squared. So now what we have to do is decide which ones are like terms. So let's see, y squared terms. Well, that has a y squared in it, but it's not the same because it has an x. There's another y squared. Now let's go back to this term. This is an xy squared term. Ah, this is an xy squared term. So those are the ones I'm going to be combining. And so now we have 9 of these and 5 of these. So we have a total of 14 of those. Those things are 14 y squareds. And then here we have negative 6 of these, and we have negative 8 of those. And so we have a negative 6 and a negative 8, which is a negative 14. And so those are a negative 14, and those are x y squared. Just think of the variable portions as names of these things. Now remember that we can also write this as minus 14xy squared. So I'm almost out of time for doing this, so I'm just going to erase that to show you the other way that this can be written as subtraction. And that would be our final answer.